Hello, I'm Congressman John Garamendi. I've been asked to share with you my background. I was raised on a cattle ranch in the mother lode country of the Sierra Nevada mountains. I attended the University of California, Berkeley, played some football there, did fairly well at that, and, by my good fortune, met a young lady who I asked to marry me, and she said, "Love to marry you. You're going to go play football for the Dallas Cowboys or the Raiders. I'm going to go in the Peace Corps." I went in the Peace Corps with that woman. We've been married 56 years. And over that period of time, we've raised children, all of whom are graduates of one or another of the University of California schools. And along the way, I've discovered that the service that we performed in Ethiopia created in us a desire to continue to serve. And so we have. I entered the California State Assembly in 1974, 76 the State Senate, stayed in the Senate working on multiple reforms, including how California can stay competitive in this century. Best education system in the world was number one. Went on in 1990 to become California's first elected insurance commissioner. Took that office, which previous was simply dedicated to helping the insurance companies, turned it around, made it the best consumer protection agency in the world. And we fought for consumers, and we did a lot along that way. I'd be happy to share those with you at a later time. Following that, I became the Deputy Secretary number 2 in the United States Department of Interior, responsible for national parks, all of the Bureau of Land Management, the water issues, Fish and Wildlife agencies, U.S. Geological Survey, and others. It was an extraordinary experience. Following that, I became Insurance Commissioner once again in 2002, cleaning up the mess that my successor and my predecessor had created, basically turning the industry back into a lapdog for the insurance companies. I then became Lieutenant Governor of the state of California, fought fiercely to protect our offshore from additional oil drilling, putting in place clear policies to create an economy that's good for all Californians. In 2009, I sought election to Congress, serving Central Contra Costa County and also Fairfield and Suisun City and Vacaville. It was a terrific opportunity to use my years of service in Congress. Over the years, I've become a senior member of the House Armed Services Committee, where I have fought vigorously, creating and leading the fight to reduce our nuclear weapons and to end the threat of nuclear war. Also making sure that the U.S. military, which is the largest single consumer of oil in the entire world, was forced to go green. And we're making good progress on that. A lot more needs to be done. Beyond that, I've also been on the Transportation Infrastructure Committee, where, with my leadership now as a senior member, we were able to develop legislation that brought infrastructure of all kinds, sanitation, water systems, transit, highway systems, bridges, to communities that have been left behind. Unfortunately, the Senate took a lot of our effort and changed it into a more traditional bill. But remaining is the high-speed internet and broadband service that's written into the bill as an infrastructure for the very first time. So with that, I'm going to turn to the second question that you've asked, and that's, what are my priorities? My priorities are continue to serve the people in my district. And that new district is an exciting, interesting, and challenging district. It includes what I used to represent in 2009, 10, and 11, Contra Costa County. Now included in it are the communities of Fairfield, Suisun City, Vallejo, in Solano County, and in Contra Costa County, Antioch, Pittsburgh, Bay Point, Martinez, Pinole, and all the way down to Richmond, El Cerrito, and Kensington. It is a district with enormous challenges. It's a working class district. 5 of California, Northern California's oil refineries are in this district. I am green beyond green. The first tax credit ever in America to establish wind, solar, and conservation. I wrote that way back in 1978. And I'm continuing to stay with that as the days go by, driving the green agenda. So what of these oil refineries? How are we going to transition them into renewable fuels? It can be done. And I think I know how to do it. My experience over all of these years gives me the opportunity to do just that, and I intend to do it. Housing is a major challenge in this district. That's why I have the HOME Act. It is a bill that will increase by tens of billions of dollars the federal government's commitment to affordable housing all across this nation, and certainly some of that will be in the 10th Congressional District. Education. We got to do away with the student debt. I've been carrying legislation on this for 5 years. This may be the year where we can make a big difference and we can reduce or eliminate the student debt and at the very minimum, reduce the interest rates. These are the arts of the possible. Healthcare has been on my agenda since I was the chairman of the Senate Health and Welfare Committee, 78 to 82. And we established in 1991, in my very first year as insurance commissioner, a single-payer universal health care program for California. Unfortunately, that legislation was vetoed by Pete Wilson. There's an attempt once again to do it. And I know that we can. We can have Medicare for all. I've worked on that my entire career, and I intend to continue to do so. There are so many issues out there that we need to address. And certainly in this district, we see most of them. The environmental issues, sea level rise, all of the issues of moving away from petroleum and carbon products to new green energy systems. It can be done. I know it. And I've done it. And I'm going to do more as your representative. So if you have any questions, I'd be delighted to answer them. We have our own website, garamendi.org. Look us up. Ask us our questions. I think I've run through my 2 minutes here, maybe a little more. Sorry about that. I would surely love to have the support of the Young Democrats. Always have in the past, in whatever office I was running for, and I would love to have your support now. Thank you so very much.